Hey guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create and save a basic Photoshop brush using a scanned image. You can download the project files for this tutorial to see the brush that we're going to create and have an image to work from if you don't have any of your own. Let's get started. So the first thing that you'll need is a scanned image of your brush stroke. And since Photoshop brushes are only grayscale, the first thing that we need to do is take the color out of this image. So I'm going to add a black and white adjustment layer. Now if you want, you can come up here and tweak all the settings for each of the colors, but that's not going to be necessary in our example. Since scanned images usually have a light colored background, but it's not exactly white, we need to add a levels adjustment layer as well. So we're going to drag this white slider to the left just a little bit. And you can see in the histogram that the white in our image actually is a pretty good white. Sometimes you'll need to move that slider a little farther to the left. Next, you'll want to move the black slider all the way up until it just touches the left side of your histogram. That way, anything that was dark gray in your image will turn into a true black. Next, we need to flatten the image, so just come down to the Layers palette and right-click a layer and choose Flatten Image. Then we want to trim off all the excess white space, so go up to Image, Trim, and you want to use the top left pixel color for Photoshop to sample from. And you want to trim away all four sides, so leave all of these checked and hit OK. Next, all you have to do is click Edit, Define Brush Preset, and give your brush preset a name, and hit OK. So now if I create a new document, and I choose my brush tool and come up to my brushes, I can see the brush that I just created here. So if I select that and scale it down a bit so it's going to fit inside my image, you can now click around and paint that brush anywhere on your canvas. You can also come over here to the color picker and choose different colors and play around from there. If you want to save a brush or a set of brushes, all you have to do is come up here and click Edit, Presets, Preset Manager, and make sure you have brushes selected under preset type. And then you'll see the brush that we created down here. Now the default setting for this preset manager is going to be small thumbnails, but it's usually a lot easier to see if you change that to large thumbnails. So you can select the brush that you want to save, or if you hold Control, you can click multiple brushes, and then all you have to do is come up and click Save Set. So I'm going to save this as Watercolor Brush 1, and hit Done. So to load brushes, you can go back into the Preset Manager, or you can come over here to the Brushes Preset palette. And in the drop-down menu here, just click Load Brushes, navigate to your brush and double-click it. And now you'll see that we have two copies of the brush that we just created. One was the original, and the second one is the one that we just loaded in. Now, something to keep in mind is that the maximum brush size in Photoshop CS5 and earlier is only 2500 pixels in either dimension. Photoshop CS6 and newer let you create brushes up to 5000 pixels in size. So depending on what version you're using or who you want to share your brushes with, you might need to resize your image just after you crop it, right before you turn it into an actual brush. I'm John Shaver for Design Panoply. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.